Hey everyone, today we're going to be opening up this can of cloverleaf whole Pacific oysters from Canada, but it is a product of Korea, so they probably caught a whole bunch of them, shipped them to Canada to cloverleaf, which puts them in the cans. Now, Canada did not require nutrition facts and stuff until 2007, while the United States started requiring it back in 1990. So the fact that it doesn't have nutrition facts, we can't use it to date it. A lot of times if something I open doesn't have nutrition facts, I know it's from 1990 or older. This being from Canada, I'm not sure. But it's at least 2004, but I think it's older. There's a date code on here. It says 0404. Could it be from April of 2004? I'm not sure. You be the judge of that. Alright everyone, I'm going to give you guys a close-up look at this can, and then we're going to get the can opener and open this thing on up. Alright everyone, this is a pretty interesting can. It tells you that there's a recipe inside. I'm not sure if that means to peel the label off and on the back side of it, it'll be there. We'll rip the label off and we'll see if it's not on the inside. It says recipe inside, so I'm thinking it might be like you ever open up a container of ice cream during a promotion or even a can of soda, it's on the inside of the lid. It might be like that. We'll find out. And it has recycling and gigantic. It's huge. Usually, even these days, it's really small in the back. But as you see, there is no nutrition facts, just the ingredients on it. Product of Korea. And it was packaged in British Columbia. Ingredients: oyster, water, and salt. Pretty simple. Alrighty, let's get the can opener out. Time to get the can opener out. Grab the extension cord, and let's get on to opening. Alright, let's grab a plate that we can put this onto. Alright, time to open it up. I'm going to open it up from the bottom and try to preserve the can, although I think I'm going to end up peeling it off, and because it's old, I'm probably going to end up wrecking it. I don't think there's a lot of pressure. It doesn't feel like it at all. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. A little bit of pressure, not much. Here we go. How stinky is this going to be? Ooh, it looks really sloppy in there, but I don't think it looks bad. Now, oysters and clams are one food that I personally like, but I often hate the texture. It grosses me out, but I do like it. So here's what it looks like inside. What are the ingredients? It looks like corn or something's mixed into it. I don't think so, though. No, it's not. I guess it's just the oyster's guts. Look at that. Let's give it a big, deep sniff. I do smell metallic-y, like metal maybe leached into it, but not terrible, I gotta say. Not terrible. Now we're going to go ahead and dump it out onto this plate. Ew. Oh. Oh. There's a lot in that little can. Ew. Oh. Oh. I think I may have opened oysters before on this channel, but it did not look like this. It must have been more rotten, because this right here just kind of looks gross. So, as far as on the inside of the can, no, nothing underneath the lid. Or that was the bottom. Nothing underneath the lid, though. So we are going to go ahead and peel the label off. And then I'll take a quick heavy metals test in here to see if anything did actually leach into it, or I'm just smelling nasty saltiness in there. And now this can is actually going to be well preserved. I can just quickly rinse that out, unless I ruin it now, and I probably will. This is not super, super old, like the times we open things that are 100 years old. When we open something 100 years old, it's so brittle. Oh, look, it's actually going to stay together. Nice. Good, and I can just, with a drop of super glue, put it back, and now I can go ahead and rinse the can off without any problem at all. So the can did not leak. Somebody spilled something else on this can in their pantry or whatever. So I'll make sure that focuses in if anyone wants to go ahead and read it. Now I can just simply take a drop of super glue and put it back onto the can. All right. Close-up look. Never heard that noise before. I'm sure you guys could probably hear that on the microphone. Listen. That tapping sound. The zoom lens is making a weird noise I've never heard before. All right, we're going to go ahead and get the metal testing out. All right, so I have these drinking water test strips that'll tell us pH. It'll tell us nitrates, heavy metals, including aluminum, lead, which are the most important ones. So all I have to simply do is grab it, move it around in any semi-clear fluid. Once it's spread thin on there, it doesn't matter if it's brown or anything. It won't really do anything to it. Like that. Tap it. I gotta clean all this off anyways. And it's almost completely instant. So let me show you guys what this has on it. All right, you see how this thing works here? You're just gonna put it up to this and it'll tell us all those things. It's got to figure out which end is which. All right, so lead 0, fluoride, it's not showing anything. Iron nothing, copper nothing, down to the important ones like aluminum, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's clear. Nothing bad in there like that. Now the pH would be, it's pretty acidic in there. Not bad at all. This, in an emergency, I think it would honestly keep you alive and be okay. But we're not going to go out of our way to get sick and eat something super old. Who knows what kind of bacteria could be in here, or what kind of bacteria was growing in here that died, leaving its toxins behind that you can't cook out of it or anything. All right, everyone, it's time to bring it on over to the toilet. Throw this out. Not gonna keep the lid. Gonna put this in the sink to wash. And time to feed to the toilet. There's like a slide going in there. 1, 2, 3. All gone. That toilet was hungry. I don't know if you can see that down there, that darkness on the floor and that crack. You can tell it's wet. You see that crack right there? You can really see it looks nasty. It's just dark because I actually have the bathtub upstairs leaking, the pipe from it, and it was dripping on this, and I guess somehow the stain from this was leaking off with it. That's why it's dark, but it seems to mop up without leaving a stain. And I'm actually super happy the bathtub's leaking, because at first I thought it was a toilet maybe leaking from the septic tank backing up. Yeah, I have a super deep septic tank, because you see the wall right here? We're halfway underground this basement, and to accommodate this toilet without a sewage pump, the septic tank's very, very deep. And if it ever had a leak in it that overwhelmed the drain field, it would back up. Because right now, currently, this floor is below the water table, meaning the drain line off the hill is completely, it's running now, nonstop, because we are in a wetter part of the year. Outside to the frog pond. They're all in hibernation now. This is where we raise frogs every year. So we come down here to the end of the pipe. That's how much water is coming out of the basement, because the floor is actually below the water table and we got a perimeter drain. That collects it all. It also keeps the frog pond fresh. Constant water coming in and leaving most of the year, unless it's abnormally dry. If you've seen my other channel, you know I love talking about water. That's why the little field trip into the yard. So this is where it starts from. When I bought this house, we relied on these pumps, which I didn't trust, because I went through the old people's file cabinet and they had to refinish the basement 3 times in less than 20 years because of floods. So now I had this brand new pipeline dug off the hill. Thankfully there was a hill, and now this water goes down there. This has never actually worked, but we got this perimeter drain because, I don't know, the water table, it might be down there, but it also, certain times of the year, I know is above the floor. And every now and then I like to test these pumps. Just go ahead and whoop. And that just pushed it up these pipes and out into the yard through the old pipeline. And we got the emergency alarm in case the pumps and that thing froze. Oh, that won't freeze. You see that wire going through it? This wire, I just plug it in. It's a heat cable. Because last year, the end of that pipeline did freeze. There's a good enough trickle going through it now that it wouldn't freeze, because the water in the floor here is pretty warm. But when it gets into that really slow, barely even dripping, it's when it will freeze the entire end of it shut. This is great. All right, everyone, now that I'm all cleaned up, we're going to go ahead and try to glue this back on nicely. Nice and dry. Yep. Let's see what we can do with this. Get it on there. I think this is going to be easy, actually. Put one tiny little drop on it. Come on. Anything left in there? There we go. That's just to keep the label in place there. Oh, wait, a little bled through, so that should do it, actually. Maybe put one little drop underneath there. Just trying to put a little weight on it. For future things like this, I think I'm going to go ahead and get some super glue gel, because this absorbs into things too easily. It absorbs into them so much that there's not much actually connecting it anymore, I noticed, on porous surfaces like that. All right, so we'll just let that sit for, it'll only take like probably 10, 20 minutes to even set it up. All right, we're back a little bit later. Is it holding yet? Yeah, I think that's good enough. I think I might actually put a little on there on the top. maybe just a teeny bit. All right. Maybe that'll hold, maybe it won't. I think I got to do that again to hold the corner. Bottom looks like it'll probably hold itself. Now the top, got to hold it myself like this again. Leave that like that for another 10 minutes or so. All right, everyone, this has been sitting a little bit. It's now connected. The knife was actually slightly glued to it. I thought I was going to regret that. I don't even feel it. It already hardened, but it chipped right off the blade. Good. All right, we're going to go ahead and put this somewhere on our shelf. And we'll put it up here where we got a ton of seafood and stuff. We'll put the jar that you can't even really see somewhere where it doesn't really matter as much. There we go. Right on top of the old sturgeon. Alright everyone, I hope today's video was interesting. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. The entire house actually smells now. I just stepped outside for a couple of minutes and came back in. Whole building, every nook and cranny of it reeks like fish. Not necessarily bad, it happens anytime you open canned tuna or anything like that. Yeah, it smells very strong, every little piece of the building. So, I made a video a while back, like 2 years ago, where every little clip of the video, a piece of my hair was missing. The first thing was my beard, then I shaved down the middle, shaved a little on the side, left a teeny little bit gone, mustache gone, until everything was gone. Well, I recently made a video like that last week, that's why everything's shaven and just starting to come back and feel a little prickly, and it was actually 2 days ago, actually. Well, the comments on that said, maybe I should do it with clothing, so if you thought this video was interesting, maybe I'll do it again on April Fools. Anyways, I hope today's video was interesting, everyone. Thanks for watching and have a great day.